That's that. Now. It looks like we're going to engage in a cavalry charge here against these. That's it. It's cavalry fight now. Supported by our javelin men. We're going to fight them. And it looks like we're doing this quite effectively. Now in here, unfortunately, we'll have a much harder time. They're coming in with their phalanx. They will undoubtedly slaughter our guys here. But surprisingly enough, we have managed to kill off their cavalry. And we're going to attack their missile infantry here, the javelin men. They're running by the general, but it looks like the general is not going to help them by much. Okay, my infantry is beginning to break. There's no way in 1,000 years these kind of soldiers would break the phalanx. There's so many enemy troops here, together with the Dacians who are attacking us too. They are making a good pair for themselves. In here we're fighting their spearmen, our missile units. We have even managed to challenge the general. And unfortunately for us here, the Dacians got involved too. What a surprise. My infantry fortunately held for a long time, but it just wasn't enough. Now it looks like everybody will retreat. At least we showed the resistance. At least we killed a lot of them. This one brave soldier survived. Not one, actually, there was quite a few. However, he was the last to leave the battle. I like this battle a lot. I like the fact that they took some casualties. They lost their cavalry right here. Their skirmishers took a hit, and all of other infantry of theirs was in some really good fighting. The numbers were similar, but our troops were not trained nearly as well. And as you can see, that ended up being a disaster for us. In any case, our armies are marching just behind them, and if they are going to fight us inland, they are going to suffer. I'm going to let local general fight this, and as you can see, they have prevailed. There wasn't many chances for us to survive this, and it looks like they have taken the settlement and decided to barricade themselves inside of the settlement. Now this force of mine is undoubtedly going to take after Susa, where their forces are. And this is where we're going to kill them all. Sparta has grown to be a very large nation, very powerful nation. As you can see, our allies that we have rescued from their previous masters and gave them independence to rule over their lands, sending their armies north to fight our common enemies, Our relationship is good as long as we're fighting common enemies, and everything seems to be in order due to that. Slums. Armadillo. Alright, we need to check on these slums. Militarist version. Protection expired. Celtic-Bian Confederation. You're no longer protected from a secession or civil war. I understand. That now means that the game has went into a state where such a thing as civil war is a distinct possibility. Food shortages. Certain Confederation. There is a shortage of food across your lands. The people struggle to eat and whisper at your failures as a leader. You can exempt your hungriest provinces from tax to remove them from food system, and your advisor suggests that it might be wise to invest in more food producing buildings. Consult the provinces list for details. Allied request. Poseidon would rightly support your efforts if you attacked this port, so say the sea bills. Are you willing? Capture the following settlement, Amul. Alright, so it looks like we are suffering from a massive food shortage. A thing I wasn't expected to witness. There are no more buildings out there, and due to that I'm going to get rid of all buildings that are supporting me with some kind of a research bonus. And that's the druid camps. But it looks like they're already gone, so I kind of missed through them already. Now, where will I get all that food, and why that food went down that much? I have absolutely no idea. It looks like I need to work this out, and I need to work this out very, very quickly. Probably it would be best to get rid of some of these buildings in some of these provinces. Now. Arabia Felix. Let's turn Middle East into food producing settlements. So, what do we have here? We need to get rid of quite a few of these buildings all over the place. Then we go into Arabia Magna. Not all of these can be destroyed, unfortunately. Nabatea, all this money will disappear due to food shortages. Alright, in here we're going to get rid of more buildings. We see mining isn't giving us that much wealth. I pressed the wrong ones here. I need not to construct but to demolish. Okay. We have quite a few provinces here already under new order to demolish, so that we could construct further on. Food producing buildings. What a surprise indeed that was. And I'm going to focus on that even further inland. No more pit mines. We'll be focusing mostly on food, so everybody could work in the food industry. I'm sure that's going to make everybody much more happier. Okay, more of these are here. Besides, food, going to be good for everybody. Okay. It looks like this has to do. Things will certainly go much better now. It's time to further increase the buildup on other provinces and make sure that I can build a lot more food producing buildings all over the empire. Obviously, this will have to support everything through the whole place anyway. Okay, in here we can just go like that, it's fine. Wow, that was quite bad. That was quite bad for some time. As you can see, in our lands in the North Africa, things were going so well with the food. We were in a massive food surplus for a long time. In here, as you can see, there are many buildings that need building up, and we run out of money. Very unfortunate, but that's how things go. Now that we've got them in Susa, we need to attack them and get rid of them finally. We are in a relatively dire situation there in our empire. With such a food shortages, things are out to be very bad. But hopefully we're going to turn things into our favor. Now we outnumber them all throughout this. It's undoubtedly against them all the way through. And they shouldn't stand a chance. Not even one little chance there. As you can see, they have quite a good defensive position right here. On here there's more ground, but they could obviously line themselves up and stand to the death. Unfortunately for the Dacians, this is going to be the last battle, and they obviously came from a very kind of a
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Balkan-like region. So that's unfortunately for them. They came from Europe and they're going to die exactly in the Middle East. In here we're going to just line up, and if they won't engage us while we're lining up, we're just going to throw our javelins at them and we'll kill them all. Look at that. The Dacians are looking at all of these troops here. They're already being shot by more of their javelins, but will soon, very soon, stand up in a good position right there, and we'll be throwing our own javelins at them in no time. Just like that. All of our troops are in position now. We may see our own javelins at any moment now. All of the troops still needed to line up perfectly. These ones got stuck there for a little while. As you can see, these ones are being hit by their fire. Let's see what happens. Surprisingly enough, these soldiers are not throwing their javelins. Fine with me. Okay, we're just going to move up closer. Now it's time for us to move in. Now we're throwing the javelins with an order to attack. We should overwhelm their lines very quickly here. Now that the fighting has started, their elephants will fall very quickly if we throw javelins. As you can see, 2 of them is already dead. More of them is dead. That's the thing here. In here we'll get into a more serious fight against their phalanx, which is very unfortunate. Obviously phalanx is going to be a serious threat. With these soldiers we will try to surround them. They've got themselves into a nice blob here. However, we will have to get rid of this blob of theirs. In here we can finally surround them very effectively. I'm even able to line up my troops perfectly here. Now we're able to descend them with everything we've got. All of our 3 brigades are fighting at the same time. In here they're all surrounded. The Dacians are already dead or retreating. It looks like it's all over for them. And so we can end the battle. They have all broken. This army is no more. Furthermore, we can move on them on all fronts. I'm going to occupy the settlement. Susa, one of the buildings can be destroyed. Let's see what kind of other armies are here. Your troops are deserting because you can no longer sustain them. Resolve the crisis. It looks like we're suffering tremendously due to our food shortages. So it probably wouldn't be such a bad idea to sue for peace, but I'm going to see if I can take any more of their settlements before I do just that. But it's probably not a good idea to overstretch in this case, unless we can fight land battles right now.
Ready for orders.
Take settlements like the nice wouldn't be bad. Yeah, let's fight some of these. I can't reach them unfortunately here. Okay. It looks like I'm in a dire situation. A peace with Bactria.
I will listen carefully to your words and then give judgment. So, greetings, and now business.
Would be exactly what I need. Let's talk peace.
Gods of Olympus, hear me. I accept, but do not punish my tongue saying what my heart does not feel.
As you already know, my armies will starve due to my inability
Ready for battle. Faster, damn you all.
to feed them. And so,
Get moving. Is there nothing else? Move out.
it's best for me to not fight while the entire nation starves. I'm not sure why it's starving,
Warriors all.
but it's certainly very serious. I need to fight these battles, the ones that I can fight, as soon as possible. Otherwise, I may not be able to do so. Furthermore, I need to invest as much as possible into food related buildings. As you can see, most of these settlements will soon be producing food in our relatively newly conquered territories. This one is out to be a military establishment, so we're going to do just that. I just lack the money to do so. Everything is under control now.